want to look at Utme 2014 JAM question on mathematics. Particularly, we are considering the integral calculus this time around. We have two questions on integration in that year. Now, the first question is, evaluate integral sine 2x dx. Now, if we have question of this nature, we have sine u of x dx. Now, what we have to do first is we'll pick this u of x, which is a function on its own. Then we are finding sine function of a function. Now, so we bring out this u of x, whatever it is, then we differentiate it to get u prime of x, or dy dx, du dx. So once we have gotten our du dx, we now plug that into a formula. We now get a formula that states that integral sine u of x dx is equal to 1 over du dx, right? 1 over du dx, put minus there because this is sine function, then cos u of x. Then we must add what? We must add constant of integration to our final answer. Now, using this formula, let us integrate sine 2x dx. Now, sine 2x dx, we know that the x function here is 2x. It's a linear function, 2x. And when we differentiate 2x, we are going to get what? 2. Alright? So, if you want to compare it to this formula, that means our du dx is what? 2. Right? Now, the answer now is going to be what? It's going to be minus 1 over 2. That's minus 1 over du dx, then cos 2x plus c. Alright, so that is the integration of sine 2x. Now, let's look at the second question. And that's the last question on integration in the year 2014. Right, we have evaluate integral 2x plus 3, right, to power 1 over 2 dx. Evaluate integral 2x plus 3 to power 1 over 2 dx. That's what we want to integrate this time around. Okay, I think you are through with this. I'm cleaning it now. Okay, now look at the question here. This type of question, we bring out, normally the shortcut is we use the power here, which is 1 over 2, to multiply the coefficient of x. So that is 1 over 2 times 2, that gives us what? 1. Alright? So if that gives us 1, we add that 1 to this 3, that gives us what? 4. Then we subtract 1 from it, that gives us 3. So we divide the function by that 3, then we add 1 to this half, and that becomes 3 over 2. So our answer will be 1 over 3, 2x plus 3 to power 3 over 2. Okay, then plus c. Okay, that's a shortcut. Alright, now, if we want to work it really, we have to first pick this content and let u be equal to the content of the bracket, 2x plus 3. Then we differentiate that, we have du dx will be what? 2. So that implies that du is equal to what? 2 dx. Okay, meaning that our dx is what? Du over 2. So we just try to make the x the subject of that formula, and we understand why that happened. Okay, now remember we have 2x plus 3 to power half, so instead of writing integral 2x plus 3 to power 1 over 2 dx, now we can do complete substitution. Then we have integral, our 2x plus 3 is what? U from here, so we put u, then to power what? Half. Then instead of writing the x, we write what? The u over what? 2. So we are integrating what? U to power 1 over 2, the u over 2. So now we can bring out, 1 over 2 is a factor here. We can bring this out, so we have 1 over 2 integral u to the power 1 over 2 du, right? So that brings everything to a very simple domain, and now we can integrate easily. Integrating this one now will become u raised to the power half du. We add 1 to the power, remember the rule, that is u raised to the power, we add 1 to this, that's u raised to the power 3 over 2 now. When you add 1 to half, then you divide by what? 3 over 2. Okay, then plus c. So that is what we get when we make u to represent, to replace 2x plus 3. Okay, that's all. But we have to now recall that our u is what? 2x plus 3. So what do we have? We have 1 over 2 into 2x plus 3, right, raised to the power 3 over 2, then over 3 over 2 here, that's over 3 over 2, right, plus c. I hope you know that we can turn this division to multiplication, and that becomes 1 over 2 times 2 over 3, alright, this thing will alternate, then this is 2x plus 3 to the power 3 over 2 plus c. So what do we have? 2 cancel 2, right? So our final answer is what? 1 over 3 into 2x plus 3 raised to the power 3 over 2. Okay? I hope you have a good understanding of that. You know, this one here is, this is 1 over 2 times 2 over 3. So 2 cancel 2, so we are left with what? 1 over 3 into 2x plus 3 raised to the power 3 over 2 plus c. So that's the answer to that question. I hope you enjoy. So we have the integral 2x plus 3 to power 1 over 2. The x is now what? 1/3 of 2x plus 3 to what? 3 halves. Then plus c. That's all. Right. Just understand that whenever we are integrating, question of the, although some of you may be tempted to study power a composite function of polynomials. No, JAMB requires you to study within the limit of linear, a composite linear function. Composite linear function. So what you are going to have in the bracket is going to be a linear function as far as JAMB is concerned. Okay. Now, when you get your admission in the university, of course, that means you have entered an unlimited world. You enter an unlimited world, you begin to study heavily, and then you can, you know, solve as many problems as possible as far as calculus is concerned. All right. For now, try and go over the video once again, and then settle down and understand the underlying concept of this process, of the entire process. Then you can always check my blog, and that's exam sol blogspot.com. all right, you check there to always, you know, watch the videos on other relevant topics and solution to several years question on JAMB. All right, I have ebook there on mathematics as well as physics, and I'm still working on the site to load it with as many material as possible. All of those materials, they are original. I made them myself for your benefit. I wish you all the best. See you in my next video.